It's November 25th. Yesterday, I sat down outside a coffee shop with Rodger Loar. We chatted for about an hour. I asked him questions about his family, his recovery from the strokes, and where he plans to go in the future. He told me stories. The first one was about a tattoo he had on his right arm.
Well, when I was in the rehab hospital learning to walk again after the stroke, first time I went walking, I could only walk 10 feet. That was all. And then for the next couple of weeks, I was making it in 10-foot increments. I was able to walk 20 feet and 30 feet, then 40 feet. And one day when I was walking in the beginning, my physical therapist looked at me and said, "Rodger, you look tired. You want to sit down?" And I said, "No, absolutely not. It's exactly the time when I feel the most tired and want to give up that I have to take 2 steps more." And that became my mantra throughout my rehab. Anytime they would say, "Okay, Rodger, give me 10 reps of squats or kicking your legs out," or whatever they told me to do 10 of, I would do 12. Because it's always 2 steps more. And when I got out of the hospital, my daughter gave me a tattoo as a present. And I got a pair of boot prints and the words 2 steps more. And that's how I face life. I'm not going to give up. I love my kids too much to give up.
The next thing I asked was, "How are you doing, Rodger? And how's the family?"
Oh, we're doing okay. I have great kids. They're very resilient, and they've been very supportive of me through all of this. I'm still struggling a lot. It's been a rough 2 years. And I know they're struggling a little bit, but they're doing well. They're keeping going with their school. I've got 2 kids in high school. Keeping going. My oldest daughter just graduated from ASU last year, and she's searching for work in her field. She's an architect.
Rodger went on to talk about the support he's getting from his children.
My kids every night are the ones who make dinner. I used to be the cook of the family, but because my arm is paralyzed, I can't cook anymore. The kids work together. Blake loves to grill and make sauces. Maddie bakes bread and other things, and Abby cooks all kinds of stuff. So that's a blessing to me. I've been teaching them how to cook since they could stand on a stool and stir a bowl full of stuff on the counter next to me.
I then posed the following to Rodger. How are you doing in terms of your physical recovery? Because I'm looking at a guy here who looks a heck of a lot better than he did when I walked in after you had your strokes and watched you in that hospital.
I can walk a lot more. My record now has been a quarter of a mile. I don't walk smooth. I stagger like a drunken pirate, but I can actually walk some. Most of the time I'm in my wheelchair because, walking means it's more of a danger of falling, and my kids are very concerned about me falling, especially at home. I can speak okay now. When I first got out after the strokes, I was speaking like a robot. I had to force every word out individually. But now, after speech therapy, I can speak again. Really, the biggest pain in the butt about it all is my arm is paralyzed. And
your left arm?
My left arm is paralyzed. And
your right arm's okay?
Yep. And so there's a lot of things I either can't do, or doing them is like a lot of work.
Let's talk about you emotionally.
As a pastor, I never really cried very much. No, it's not a macho, tough guy thing. It's just I've always been more the engineer type, more the problem solver, more the firefighter. And, I could do funerals and I could sit with people who were in the worst parts of their lives. But I'll tell you, these last 2 years, I've cried a lot more after the strokes and after some of the things that have happened. I just, my youngest daughter said, "Dad, I don't think I've seen you cry but 2 or 3 times in my entire life." So emotionally, it's hard, but I'm keeping going, and I try to keep positive for them and for other people, to keep other people in mind. it's harder to get yourself down.
What are you hoping to have happen here? What are you looking at in terms of a plan?
I need to get stabilized financially. At some point in time, I have to find a job. There's no way I could be a pastor right now. I want to get things together so that my kids are free to start their lives. My oldest daughter's 24, about to be 25, and my youngest is 16. My son is 17, and they need to be able to go out and not have to worry about their old man. My youngest to be able to stay at home as long as she needs to go to college, because college is so expensive as it is. And my son, I'm not sure what he's going to do, but I want him to have stability.
Do you have any plans for the holidays?
Just family stuff. Family and my dad, my mom, and my kids for Thanksgiving. And then we have a set of close friends who are coming over. We're going to do one big Thanksgiving together, and Christmas will be Christmas. And my family's always had kind of our own Christmas after everything, because that's normally the busiest part of the year for a pastor, and so it was always nice to come home and have Christmas Day with the family. And so we're just still going to have pajamas on Christmas Eve and time together Christmas Day.
By this time it was getting late, but Rodger wanted to tell me one more story to share with you.
It's a story about a guy walking along the beach, like Huntington Beach in California. And as he's walking, he sees thousands of starfish have been washed up on the shore. Just thousands and thousands of them have been washed up in some rare marine event. And as he's walking, he sees this little kid, like a little 10-year-old kid, picking up starfish and throwing them back in the ocean, one at a time. There's thousands of these things, and this kid's just one at a time throwing them in the water, back in the water. And the guy comes up and says, "Why are you doing that? You'll never get all these. You'll never be able to help all of these starfish. Most of them are going to die." And the kid reached down and grabbed one of the starfish and says, "I helped that one," as he threw it in the water. "I helped that one." And we can't help everybody, but we can help who we can help. And if everybody took that look, we'd help thousands and thousands of starfish, wouldn't we?
I took this time with Rodger because I wanted you to hear what's going on in his life and his family's life, and to know that he's a starfish you were able to help, and you threw him back in the ocean to live another day. I want to thank you for your donations to the GoFundMe page, and we'll keep in touch.